everyone. Today we will discuss the topic of demand, and it's a very important topic. And one more thing, if you correlate this topic with your day-to-day life, then it will become all the more easier. Let's start with the definition of demand. See, we will discuss demand in different parts. So this is part 1 of demand, and it's very important topic. And watch the video till end, and don't skip some of the portions because they are really very important. So let's start with the definition. What is demand, by the way? It is the desire to buy a commodity backed with sufficient purchasing power and willingness to spend. What are the three important components that you can see in this definition? Number one is desire over here. Desire. That means you need to have wish, want or need for anything, right? We will clear them later on. What is desire, what is wish, what is need or what is want. To buy, that is desire to buy something in the market, any commodity you want to buy, then backed with sufficient purchasing power. Sufficient purchasing power, what is that? That you need to have enough money for something. And last but not the least is willingness to spend. Okay, so what does any demand consist of? It doesn't merely consist of your desire, need, want or anything like that, but the three most important components, I have made the code for them, that is DMW. It's not BMW. Remember, it is DMW. It's not a car. These are the components of demand. D for desire to purchase anything. M for money, the sufficient money. You need to have money in your pocket, money in your wallet that to purchase that commodity. And last is your willingness to spend that money on that particular commodity which you want to buy. So these three important points are the components make your demand. So desire, money and willingness, DMW is your demand, right? So let's clarify what is desire, what is want, what is need. So desire is simply a wish to buy any commodity or purchase any commodity. Need is a necessity. So the need means we need something because it's necessary for a living, or something else like I'm sick so I need a doctor, I need medicine, so that's my need. I am hungry so I need food or biscuits or anything like that, so that is my need. I need to take a bath, so water is my need. I need to drink water, that is my need. But some of the things like desire, some of the desires are and or wishes are wants. Want, there's a strong feeling for something, to possess something, that is something else. So if I want to go on a trip on a foreign land, so that is my purely want, that is not my need. I can survive without going on a foreign trip, but that is my want. I want to go on a cruise or I want to go by a plane to some foreign land, so that is my want. So these are the types of wants or desires that we come across in our day-to-day life, and we want money for them to buy and willingness to buy them. Then only they come, and then only they come to be meant as demand, right? So next we come to our point of demand and quantity demanded. So this is very important point over here, that is what is the difference between demand and quantity demanded. See, demand is a whole set of prices and quantities which you purchase at different prices and different quantities. Here the definition goes as different possible quantities to be purchased at different prices. What is that? That is demand. What is demand? That is a set. That is a different prices, possible quantities that you purchase at different possible prices in the market. That is the whole set of prices and the quantities that is known as demand. Here we can see with the help of a demand schedule with an example that if an individual wants to purchase potatoes, okay, so the price of potatoes, that means aloo in Hindi, so potatoes goes on like this, that's 10, 8, 6, 4 rupees. I must write here rupees. That is Indian currency, INR, Indian rupee. So here that is price of any commodity. Here X we are using. Why we use X? Here also X and here also X. Because X can be any commodity in the world. Like a foreign trip can be X, a potato can be X, or an orange can be X, or a pencil box can be X. Why? Because X can be any commodities. That's why we say X, Y, Z or ABC person. So that is nothing like we are putting just a symbol for any type of commodity that you would be using in your example, and that is X. Okay, so the prices goes down. When the prices are going down, our quantity demanded is our quantity for any particular commodity is increasing. You can see for yourself here. So what is demand? Demand is the whole set of prices, different prices, and the different quantities that are purchased on those respective prices. So what is demand? Demand is a whole set of prices and the quantities in the market. Again, what is quantity demanded? Quantity demanded, the definition goes as, here quantity demanded, it's specific quantity, QTY for quantity purchased at specific price. That means any particular price and corresponding to that any particular quantity, that is known as quantity demanded at any particular point of time by any individual consumer, right? So here we can take any quantity over here. That is, suppose we take this at rupees 10. What is the amount that we are purchasing? Here the quantity is in kg, that is kilogram. So what is the quantity that we are purchasing? 2 kg of potatoes at price rupees 10. We are purchasing 2 kg of potato, and this is your quantity demanded, not the whole one. This is your quantity demanded. That means quantity demanded is a smaller concept as compared to your demand, right? So it's clear, quantity demanded and demand. Then comes our demand schedule. Demand schedule, or the set or demand list, as we say that, is the whole set of price and quantities, or you can say the list that represents different prices and corresponding quantities that are purchased as those at those different prices. This is a whole set or schedule, right? So this is one set, and if we take only one schedule, that is the schedule of a single consumer, that is known as individual demand schedule. Here there was no space, so I am not writing here. Individual demand, DEM demand schedule, SCH, or schedule you can say. So individual demand schedule is the set of the price and the quantities that a consumer purchases in the market at different points of time, right? So here 10 corresponds to 2 kgs of potato, and likewise the prices are decreasing and the quantity is increasing. That also shows the inverse relationship of your price and the quantities that we will discuss in our demand. The law of demand we will discuss later on in different parts. Okay, so then here we have this individual one, first individual, that is first consumer, the second consumer. We can write over here the schedules, we can complete the schedules. Okay, we will create the prices as same prices, that is 10, what is the price? Say 10, 8, 6, 4, but the second consumer may not purchase the quantities which first consumer is purchasing. So here the rupees and kgs I am not writing, you may think for yourself. Okay, so the second consumer purchases 3 kgs of potatoes. Over here the 3, 4, 5 or 6. You can write any quantity that you want to. And the market demand schedule then comes, the market demand schedule, because there are many consumers in the market and they may purchase different quantities at different prices. So the whole demand of the market, how do we calculate the demand of the market? By calculating or by summing up the individual demands of individual consumers, different consumers, that those who purchase that particular commodity, that is what is the demand for potato in market. How we will find it? By summing up the demand for all the consumers, those who purchase that potato in that market, we will come to our market demand schedule. This is market demand schedule, right? So here the prices will remain same again, 10, 8, 6, 4 rupees. These are in rupees. Again I am telling you, these are in rupees, and then add them up. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3. What is that? 5 kg. Okay, then I am not writing kg again and again. And then in second one, 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4, it's 7 kg. And then again it's 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5, it's 9 kg. And then 5 plus 6, what's that? It's 5 plus 6 is equal to 11 kg. So this is our market demand schedule, and we have calculated it. See, whenever you are asked this question, what is demand schedule and all, you can calculate this with this method. And this is very easy. You can keep the example as per your choice. You may buy potato, or you may keep it as an apple or orange, whatever you wish to, you can do. Then we have covered what we have covered, the definition of demand, what is desire, demand quantity and demand quantity demanded over here, and demand schedule we have completed, and then comes our demand curve. That is very important component. How to portray this schedule on a curve is also very important. So what you will do on your vertical axis, see in any graph there are two types of axis, vertical axis and your horizontal axis. One which lies parallel to your floor. This is floor which is parallel to your this lining of this whiteboard. This is your horizontal axis, like this, flat. This is a horizontal axis and this is a vertical axis, the standing portion. Just like I am standing, you are standing. So here, this is vertical axis. So on vertical axis, you keep the price, Px of the commodity. Price, I am writing Px. Okay. Then quantity, I am writing Qx. So here we are writing price and here we are writing quantities on horizontal axis. So what were the prices? Okay. So I am rubbing it from here. I am writing it here. You may understand it. This is your price axis. So here we have the lowest price was what? 4 rupees, right? 4. So here I am writing 4, then 6, 8 and 10, right? And here I am writing, from where did we start? 2. So I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then we have 6, right? 6. Okay, so at price number 1 over 10, see, watch this video patiently and you would be able to understand the concept really very nicely. Don't skip this portion. This is a very important portion and you need to just see that. Here at rupees 10, what the consumer is purchasing, the first individual, he is purchasing 2 kgs of potatoes. So at rupees 10, we will just put a point over here. At rupees 8, what is he purchasing? 3 kgs of potato. And then at 8, 3 kgs of potato. Put a point over here. Then at 6, what is the quantity? It is 4. It is 4 over here. Right? At 6, it's 4. And then at rupees 4, what is the quantity? 5. Okay? So at rupees 4, it's 5. So here, when we join all these points, you can join them with a free hand or with a scale like this. So, what you have formed? A demand curve. A demand curve is denoted by DD dash, or you can simply say DDD. Okay, so this is our first demand curve. Demand curve of our individual number 1. Say Ramesh or Ram or Shyam, or you can say David or Prince or anyone. Okay, so you can name them freely. Okay, the second consumer, what did he do? At rupees 10, he purchased, I'm just writing the prices again over here, rupees 4, 6, 8 and 10. Again I'm writing here 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, the quantities are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So the second consumer, what he was purchasing? Okay, he was purchasing how many kgs at 10? 3 kgs. 3. 10 is 3 over here, right? Then at 8, what is purchasing? 4. At 8, his point goes on 4 kg of potato. At rupees 6, what is he purchasing? 5 kgs. So here we are writing 5 kgs. And here at 4 rupees he is purchasing 6 kgs. Okay, so 6 kgs over here, right? So here again we will join all these points. So this is the second demand curve, right? D2, D2, right? So the second individual's demand curve, and then how we will frame our market demand curve. We will have to just increase this portion. Okay, we are just drawing this line over there, then 7, 8, 9, 10 and this is 11. Okay, because here cumulatively it comes as 11 kg market demand. So at rupees 10, what the market is purchasing, all the consumers in market are purchasing. See, there are many consumers. I have taken only 2 in my example because it won't be easy to take those all the consumers in the market. So at rupees 10, what is the market demand? 5 kg. At rupees 10, it is 5 kg. So we are writing 5 over here. Put a point. Then 7 at 8. 7 at 8 kg. Here I am putting the point. Then 9 at 6 rupees. The demand is 9 kgs of potatoes is 6 rupees and 11 kgs of potatoes at rupees 4. Okay, so 11 at 4 here. So you can see over here our market demand curve. It is DM for market demand curve. Okay, DM. So this is quite a different type of curve that we are getting. So in this manner, you can frame or you can just write your market demand schedule, individual demand schedules, and with those individual demand schedules, you can get your market demand schedule and market demand curve also here by just them adding them up. Okay, so later on we will discuss now that what is demand function, how the demand acts and why does it act in such a manner. Okay, so there are different types of you can say determinants, or you can say in Hindi that those are known as ghatak, or the points or the factors on which your demand functions or depends. It's known as demand function. So what are the different factors on which your demand depends? These are different factors like a demand for any commodity. Say for example X. You can take any commodity like X, or you can take the demand for potatoes only. So that is like X. Demand for potato depends on what? Demand for potato depends on the price of potato. Okay, the price. Px is price. Px is what? Price of any particular commodity. Here the potato is the price over here. Price of potato. Okay, then PR. What is PR? Px is price of potato. PR. PR is price of related commodities. That may be complementary, that may be individual demands of any particular non-related commodity, or that may be your substitutes also, that we will discuss later on. Substitute, do you understand substitute? Substitute is any commodity that may be used in place of another commodity, like tea and coffee are substitutes. If tea becomes very expensive, we can drink coffee in place of tea. That's also a hot beverage, or cold also you can take. Okay, so those are substitutes, and complementary commodities are those who complement each other. That's like ink and marker. These two commodities are complementary. Why? Because without ink you can't use a marker, and without marker you can't use an ink. So these are related commodities or the complementary commodities. Okay, substituted commodities, we will discuss them later on also. Then comes the Y. What is Y? Y is your income of person. Income of that particular individual or the consumer who is purchasing that commodity. That is your income. Y is income. Price of related. Okay, related means complementary or your substitutes. Next comes your T. T as taste. Your demand also depends on your taste. If you don't like potatoes, you won't purchase potatoes in market. If you don't like apples, you won't purchase apples. So that depends on your taste, your preference. You can say whatever you like, you would purchase that commodity in the market. Then comes E. Okay, E is expectation, future expectation you can say, or any other expectation. Expectation of price change. If you think that prices in future or price in immediate future are going to rise, then what you will do? You will purchase more of that particular commodity. And if you think the prices are going to fall in future or decrease in future, what you would do? You would just stop purchasing that commodity, and you will say, you will defer your purchase. You will say that I will purchase this commodity in future when its price decreases. Okay, so this is expectation. And secondly, if you think that this commodity will be in shortage, will become short in supply, then also you purchase that commodity in bulk. What happened? Like in lockdown, you can say the example of lockdown, people expected that things won't be available in market, so they just hoarded up at the shops, and they started hoarding different commodities. And even shopkeepers, they hoarded many commodities, they stored many commodities in bulk in storage, and they thought that these commodities won't be available in future, so many people purchased those commodities in bulk at higher prices as well. So this was a perfect example of lockdown that happened in India and elsewhere in different parts of the world due to corona pandemic or the crisis. So this is expectation. What is your expectation? What is the consumer's expectation? Okay, that also is very important for determining your demand. So these are different determinants of demand. Again, there is individual demand function and there is market demand function. In market demand function, you don't have to do anything. This your individual demand function, that the dx is equal to function of px, pr, comma y, comma t, comma e. You just need to add two more components. What are they? N and yd. Just add n. After this e, you can write n and then yd. What is n and yd? Okay, n is your population size, population, okay, and yd is distribution of income, distribution of income. How? First we will discuss population. If you expect the population is rising, or in any case, if likewise only without disturbance, if population rises on its own also. See, the population of India is increasing at a galloping rate. It will soon just cross the population of China. It will soon surpass China in population. So population increases on its own in India, is increasing day by day. So in that case, your demand will automatically increase if population is increasing. So your demand depends on population also. If population of certain area is quite low, then what happens? Demand will also be low. If population is high, density of population is high, the demand will automatically be high. Then in second example, we have YD. What is YD? Distribution of income. See, for example, if in your colony everyone is of having an affluent status, they are high, having high income, so in that case they would be able to purchase more of everything. But rest of the people except you are poor. If they don't have that type of income, if they don't possess higher income, then they won't be able to purchase good amount of commodity. They won't be able to purchase, they won't be able to buy many commodities in the market. Then in that case, demand will be low. So the demand for any commodity also depends on the distribution of income. What is the distribution of income? That is equitable distribution or unequitable distribution. Equitable means that everyone in your society is getting the amount of income that is necessary for their living, and they can purchase the commodities. Or unequal distribution or inequitable distribution means that everyone is not having equal amount of money, they are not having decent living, they are not having good standard of living, and they are belonging to poor class. For example, 2/3 of your population of India lives below poverty line. That's why demand for many commodities is quite low. If people are living in poverty, they won't be able to purchase more of the commodities and demand will be low. So that's all for this part. That is your what is demand. It's the desire plus money to spend and plus willingness to spend that money on that commodity. Then only that is demand. Otherwise, it's not demand. If you say, I want something, that is not demand. If you say, I have demand for something, you won't be called as demand. It is only a demand when the desire for that commodity is met by the money to purchase that commodity and the willingness to purchase that commodity. Then we discuss quantity demanded. Quantity demanded is just the one specific quantity purchased at any specific price, and demand is the whole list or the whole gamut of all the commodities that are purchased at different prices. Here we have the definition, different possible quantities we purchase at different prices. And last, we have demand schedule, demand curve, and the demand function. These all are were very clear. I hope so that I made them clear. But if you don't understand then you can send the comments, you can ask the questions, and I would be more than happy to answer them and clear all your doubts. And hopefully you're watching my videos, you're sharing them with other people, and they are of much help to you people. And thank you so much for watching, liking and subscribing. Thank you.